change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you.
Hey guys. So we are moving soon this summer, and we have to get our house ready to sell. So there were a few things that we had to finish up, and we literally have like 1 week to do it, and it is a lot. We didn't realize this was gonna all come together so quickly, but yay. So let me show you what we have to do. So we recently, oh, there's my cat. We recently replaced all of our cabinets and countertops. We got new appliances a couple years ago, but it needed to be brightened up in our small kitchen. So the last thing that we have left to do is to add a really nice backsplash behind the oven, and then back here behind the sink really needs it. So there's that. We have to finish like the trim. We put down new flooring, so we have to finish like the quarter round and just the trim along the side. And then the very last thing is the back part of the countertops. So that will be really beautiful. I think it's just gonna really lighten up the very small kitchen. I also need to replace the stuff that's in the flower beds, because this was stuff I planted last year and it didn't do so well in the winter, and of course it died, so I'm gonna have to replace all of that. And then all of the railing and the banisters out front, all of that has to be replaced and painted. So we literally have to show our house in like a day. We have an open house over a weekend and we're leaving. We're gonna go to my in-laws just so we don't have to be here. I have a baby who has to take naps, that needs to stay on a schedule and be fed. So getting out of our house all day is just not possible. I don't know if you can hear her. I just put her down for a nap and she's not having it. So anyway, how are we homeschooling through all of this? We are. So literally, she's very unhappy. Literally everything is gone out of our dining room. I had to turn it back into a dining room. It looks great. Where's all our stuff? It's in the garage. So literally, Michael is working on his morning work at the table like he normally would. We don't have all of our stuff. Whatever. It's fine. Originally, these cabinets for the dining room, I had all the doors off and I was using it as a bookshelf. So if you are a homeschooler, you have as much as we do. But I was using them just as a bookshelf and I took the doors off and that didn't look good to show the house. So I put the doors back on because we don't have, I haven't really invested in bookshelves yet and I probably will need to. So this has glass and what I did is I just cut out like a piece of fabric and just hot glued it so that it wouldn't like ruin the furniture, but that way you can't see what's behind it because this one too has a lot of things. This one too has a lot of things in it and we need it all. So we don't actually use our dining room as a dining room. No one eats in here. I think we ate in here like 4 years ago. So we have a small table in, can you hear my daughter? Protesting a nap. We have a small table in the kitchen and we usually eat there, but this turned into the homeschool room. It just took over. So turning it back into a dining room was a lot of work. Where'd all this stuff go? The garage. So as we're getting ready to move, I thought I would show you some of the spaces in our house, just to show you how awkward it is a little bit. And you know, when your realtor comes in your house and they see how it's laid out. Now, when you're an online teacher, you're a homeschooling mom, and you have a YouTube channel and you have a baby, your home is set up very differently. And so trying to figure out like ways to show it and not have to disrupt my whole entire household has been interesting. So let me show you. So this room is a bonus room over a garage. So it kind of has like a gabled ceiling. So over here in the corner, I have my YouTube space. I like to read here is kind of how it started. And I thought, oh, well, I'll just do videos right here because no one touches it and no one ever comes in this room. But then over here on this side, I have my classroom that I teach in. So putting all of this stuff on the wall for my backdrop took a lot of effort, and I told the realtor I am not taking that down. That's crazy. I have to teach here every morning very early, and taking that down and putting it back up would just be really ridiculous. So if you look at my desk, I've got stuff everywhere. And I know that it looks like chaos, but it's organized to me because I know where everything is and I don't have to look down to get anything. I need to have like a whiteboard and pen and paper. I have to have a separate keyboard and a mouse, and my laptop has to be up high so they're not looking up my nose while I'm teaching. And then I have in this corner, I have all this stuff that I need to help me teach, different like visual aids and things. So, and then there's just stuff in all of these bins that I need and I use it all the time. And then there's my husband's desk over here in the corner. Ignore the suitcases, we're getting ready to leave town. Oh, and the cat who's totally enjoying the new space. And then there's a bed over here. I have books in this corner and a chair. So this room is super strange. And I thought, oh gosh, are we going to have to change absolutely everything? And she's like, no, if this had been last year, probably. But this year, you know, after everything that happened with COVID, everyone's working from home and everyone's teaching their kids at home. So it won't be weird. So some stuff I was insistent, this has to stay. I have things that I have to do. But overall, it has been an interesting ride.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in.
Hey guys, so I wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on with our showing of our house. So we are currently at my in-laws, and we went away for Mother's Day weekend because the way that the market is, with showings, I just didn't want to have to keep getting out and coming back and getting out and coming back. I have a baby who needs to stay on a schedule and needs to nap at a certain time. So we decided to just go ahead and leave. Well, they put the house on the market Thursday. People started seeing it Friday after we got out, Saturday, and we'll see it till noon on Sunday. You guys, there's like 60 showings of our house. I didn't think it was going to be that many. I thought we'd have like 12. I know the market has been great, but I didn't think there'd be 60 families walking through my house. Now, I may be being a little overdramatic, but I have a baby, and the thought of 60 families plus a realtor walking through my house in a weekend with COVID, like, I'm gonna have to disinfect my house and clean my carpet before I can put my baby on the floor. I mean, comment below, but let me know if I'm being over dramatic, but I'm a little freaked out about going home. So far, I think there's 4 offers, possibly 6 on the way. So I guess we'll see. All offers have to be in by noon on Sunday, and I guess we'll see how many we have. But I mean, 4 is already quite a bit to choose from. 6 is quite a bit to choose from. I've seen 1 offer and it's been very favorable for us, but yeah, times are crazy. If you're looking for a house right now, comment below and tell me what it's like. Like, for the seller, I'm freaked out by how many people are in my house, but I have been praying that the right family gets our home, the family that needs it. So hopefully all will work out for everyone, but I didn't think there'd be this much interest in my house. But I'll keep you posted.
Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep.
Hey guys. So I wanted to give you a quick update on the showing of our house. It is Monday, the day after Mother's Day, and we stopped all showings at noon yesterday. All the offers had to be in at noon yesterday, and we had 16 offers on our house. Last I told you we had 8, and I thought, oh, we might just get a couple more. But 16 was a tremendous amount. Excited, and then I realized I was gonna have to tell 15 families no, that they weren't getting the house, and I'm a bleeding heart, so I was pretty sad thinking about that. And so when I got the offers, I started going through them, and it was kind of easy actually to kind of go through them. I ended up with a top 2. And they were wonderful offers. They weren't crazy with the way the market is. You know, I thought someone was gonna come in and, you know, here's $1 gazillion and a bucket full of cash, and we were just gonna be like, that didn't happen. But the top 2 offers were very favorable, and they were very kind, and I could tell from what they were doing, they really liked the house and they really wanted it. Well, it turns out the top 2 offers had letters that went along with them, and I didn't have to read them. It was an option, you know, you don't have to if you just want it to be a business transaction. And so I read them, and I read the number 2, the runner-up, and it was a young couple that they weren't married, but they were buying their first house, and they had wonderful things to say and talking about hosting friends and family, and you know, planting a big garden in my garden, and you know, a place for their dog Bear to run, and it was really sweet. And then I read number 1. And you guys, I cried. It was so sad. It's a family that is about our age, I think, and they've had a lot of loss this past year. It was really sad. And they were moving to the area to be closer to family so they could have a fresh start, and that they loved the house from the moment they walked in. And I knew from their offer that they really wanted the house, and so I felt good that I was picking them, not because they gave us a great offer, but because I could tell they really wanted it and that the story wasn't made up. And funny thing, before the showing this weekend, I prayed really hard because I knew the situation might come up, that we might have a really hard time picking. I prayed that the family that God, I prayed to God that the family that really needed it would get it. And of course, my prayer was answered, and I get to tell a family today, or my realtor, or their realtor gets to tell a family today that their life is going to change for the better. And it makes me feel better knowing that I have to tell 15 families that they can't get it. With the way the market is, there's not enough houses. And I'm just grateful that I'm not one looking for a house, because where we're going, we're just going to rent because we're only going to be there a short period of time. So, I feel a lot better about it. I had a lot of anxiety this weekend about, how are we going to choose? What were these offers going to look like? Were we going to get what we needed? And so anyway, overall, everything turned out really good, and I'm excited, and I'll update you more as I learn more. All right, so today is Friday. The last update I gave you was Monday. It has been a whirlwind week. We got home from out of town, I think Monday. I don't even know what day it is. And the first thing we did when we got back is I had my husband, we have a carpet cleaner, a good one, and I had my husband go straight to the living room because we have 2 baby gates. It keeps her contained. That's usually where my daughter plays. I had him go straight in there, vacuum the carpet, and run the carpet cleaner immediately, because I was like, we have to have at least one space I can put my baby down on the floor. And we changed all of the air filters in the house. I mopped all the floors. I picked up every single mat, kitchen, bathrooms, hand towels, changed all the sheets. There's, blankets that are strategically placed on couches for decoration. I literally collected anything that could be washed. And between all of that and our laundry from being out of town, it took me like 3 days to do everything. I started wiping down all the surfaces, doorknobs, light switches, countertops, tables, things that we touch all the time. And after I did all that, I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot such and such. And so I know that might sound a little crazy, but I don't know, I guess thinking about, 150 people walking through my house with a baby, and it's enclosed and no one's opened up any windows to let germs out. And regardless of, COVID, I would still feel the same way. People tracking yucky stuff on their shoes, and it's all over my carpet now, or all over my kitchen floor. So did that. The next day I did that again, and I got out the carpet cleaner. The next day my husband had to go back to work, and I cleaned the rest of the carpets. And once all that was done and the laundry was almost done, I felt like I could breathe a sigh of relief. And we had already made a decision. By that time, I want to say we had already signed the contract. And I'm looking around my house, and this is going to sound funny, but I'm looking around my house and I'm like, it doesn't feel like mine anymore. It's not officially sold. We haven't closed. It's gonna take like, 4 weeks to close. But I was looking around and I was like, no, this belongs to the new family. Like, hey, don't touch that. Like, don't mess that up. It's not ours anymore. I started feeling like that, which is okay because I need to like emotionally detach so we can move forward. There's good memories here. My son learned to read here. My daughter came home from the hospital. She took her first steps in the living room, things like that. But I need to detach emotionally and move on and think ahead. And so once that was kind of settled, and yes, there's going to be lots of things that I still have to deal with from the sale, but the fact that I don't have to have my house perfectly immaculate for showing like makes me feel a lot better. So what did we do with all our stuff? I had to find places everywhere, cubby holes, shelves, cabinets, closets, any place I could put it. I had to put stuff. A lot of stuff literally got put in boxes or laundry baskets or whatever, and it just got thrown in the garage. And that kind of was not fun because we use our garage to work out in, so there was no more space to work out, and that's kind of like, it's kind of sad in a way. So trying to move things back into the house that we need, like homeschool things or the toaster and the coffee maker and the things that you just have to have the countertops clear in the kitchen, or, the extra things you have out in your room. My son had many other things in his room that we had to bring back in. He was like, where is this? And we're still a week later. I'm like, where did I put such and such? And I can't remember anymore. So I guess we'll find it when we're packing up to move, because at this point I don't know where it is, and we did without it for like a week. So, what's another few weeks? So what is hard about homeschooling and trying to sell your house? It disrupts your whole life, because if you're a homeschool parent, you are in your house all the time. Your house is your school, your house is your job, your house is where your family is. So much goes on here that it disrupts your life completely. And so school got disrupted. I only kept out certain things that he could do, like morning work kind of things that didn't require a lot of my assistance, because I needed to spend so much time cleaning and preparing and moving things. And so his schedule has been off, and when your schedule is off, it affects everybody's behavior, especially if you're a very regimented family. So that's really thrown us off. It's kind of thrown off attitudes and things. We're just trying to find some semblance of normality. Hopefully with this weekend, we'll roll into next week. I'll have a little more time. My husband will be home. I'll have time to kind of like sit down, focus. Okay, what are we doing next week? Let's get back on track. So with everything clean and, found the majority of things, I feel like we can kind of get back on track. So that's good. So now what is next? Now we have to find a place to live. I kind of panicked because I realized how crazy the market was to buy a house, but where we're going to rent a house. Well, the market's still nuts. And so I realized, are we going to have a hard time finding a place to live? I can't get realtors to call me back or email back. And so that's been kind of hard. I mean, if all else fails, we can rent an Airbnb for like a month. That's been stressing me out now. That's the next thing. Also, the fun thing in the news, the gas shortages, if you were living in different parts of the country that aren't affected. The other thing in the news that, has not been fun are gas shortages. And if you're in a part of the country that's not affected, be grateful. So as we were coming back on Monday, we had already heard the news. I knew it was coming. So making sure that we had fuel. My husband went out like late Monday night to go ahead and fill up. It's affecting like how much I can drive this week. Like we're not running as many errands. We're not going to the park. We're not doing those things because, let's conserve fuel, because you don't know how long it's going to take for the gas trucks to start rolling back in. And I believe they're going to get it taken care of. And, truck drivers are working extremely hard and working overtime and things like that. And so I'm grateful for that, and it will work itself out. I mean, I grew up in a place where there's lots of hurricanes. And so that's just a part of the life that I knew. So just being prepared. I wanted to make sure that, you know, I had the things I needed, like let's go to the grocery store and let's get enough for like 2 weeks, and diapers and formula and wipes and things like that, so that I didn't feel like I had to go out. I kind of felt like we were starting lockdown all over again a little bit this week. So there's been a lot going on. Trying to get back to my workouts is the next step. That's the reason I'm dressed like this. So once I'm done filming a couple videos, I'm gonna go work out so that I can feel better and I can relieve some stress. I just wanted to share this video. If you are going through the same thing, you know, please comment below if this is going to be your reality soon or maybe next year. I just want you to know, you know, you're not alone. You know, there's someone else in your boat with you paddling along because this is hard. And I have to say, for someone who's usually like upbeat, it's really kind of like hit me in the gut, and I've been a little sad this week, and it's been kind of hard. So I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea about my YouTube channel, that, you know, things are perfect and I do everything perfectly and it's so easy. It's not. I'm just like everybody else, and, you know, life gets to me too after a while, or just being too busy, or just too many stressors all at once. So I don't feel super great to jump right back into what I normally do. I will probably, when my daughter is napping right now, so when she wakes up, I'll probably go for a run with her in the jogging stroller. My son can ride his bike. The weather's been kind of decent, so I'd really like to be outside as much as possible. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope, you know, it encouraged someone. I hope it didn't ramble on. You know, there's been a lot of things going on in our life, and I kind of like to share that if I can. I enjoy seeing what's going on in other people's lives, not just the perfect things that they want to show you, but, you know, what is the reality? So if you like this video, please hit the like button down there. I would really appreciate it. And if you have any comments, please leave them below, because I truly love seeing your comments. I feel like I have a connection, and if you're a homeschool mom, sometimes you feel like you're stuck at home a lot and maybe you're not able to get out as much, and, you know, it's just nice to connect with people that are similar to you or like-minded. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!
Every change has a reason.